Alright, so the new season is coming tomorrow, so I figured I'd throw out one more tier list for you guys and give out the best pink diamonds in 2K21 Myteam just to have some fun with it. We also have a bunch of other tier lists on the channel, so if you want to check them out, go ahead, links in the description, and make sure you like the video if you enjoy or just find it informative at all. Hit the like button, man. You know it helps your boy out, so why not? And subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. So without further ado, I'll show you all of the wonderful guys that we have in hard pass like we do every single time. A bunch of stinkers that really there's no reason to have on your team whatsoever, especially with Season 8 coming out. We're going to get a bunch of new bangers. And in here we have Pink Diamond Terry Rozier, Steven Adams, Mark Price, Mark Eaton, Eric Bledsoe, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Paul. And if I'm going to be honest, none of you guys are probably going to use these. We could have the Thanos snap, just disappear all of them, and none of us really would care whatsoever that these cards are gone. I don't see anybody really using them. I only included some of these just because they were free cards or cards that people like hyped up that we got recently, like Chris Paul or like Terry Rozier from a locker code. But like being realistic, none of us are really caring about these cards. So starting off our still decent tier, we have the wonderful Pink Diamond Nikola Vucevic, he's a decent card. I'm not going to sit here and talk about how he's amazing, but not bad. He's like a Wilt Chamberlain if you wanted to use him just a lot slower. So, I mean, if that's your cup of tea, if that's what you're looking for, that's what you got in Nikola Vucevic. He's cool, but like, again, nothing that really excites me too much, to be honest with you. Next up is the wonderful Pink Diamond Kevin Martin, a card who has one of my favorite jumpers in the game, but just doesn't really get me too excited for anything else. To be honest, the defense really just isn't great, and he kind of just comes off as a pure shooter, which if that's what you're looking for, boom, it's good, have fun with it. But for me personally, just not really what I'm looking for. Next up is the wonderful Pink Diamond Kemba Walker, who I've actually realized has one of the best green light jumpers in a game, and I still just don't really like it. That's just kind of how it is, and you know, it is what it is. Kemba Walker just hasn't really been a card that I've ever really liked, and if you have, you know what, good on you. I hope you have fun with his Kemba, but for me personally, it just feels flat, and I'm just not really a fan, to be honest, so no thank you. Next up is the wonderful Pink Diamond Yusuf Nurkic, who is a pretty good, like, defensive kind of big man if you're looking for that. He even actually can shoot a little bit. Yusuf Nurkic is, like, developing, you know, that three-point shot, kind of showing Ben Simmons how you're supposed to work on your game, which is pretty cool, although Ben's pretty good. But, you know, Nurkic, if you're looking for, you know, that defensive kind of, you know, rebounding minded big man, like, he's there. You can have fun with him, but I just think there's so many other centers that can do exactly that and more, so there's not really too much use in Nurkic personally. Next up is the wonderful Pink Diamond Jackson Haze, who's a fun card. He's a 7-footer that can curry slide and have some fun, but again, doesn't really get me too excited. Not really a card that I'm like, yeah, I gotta use him, like have some fun with him. Like, he's cool, but nothing too crazy because, I don't know, jump shot 40 when it gets that like slower speed at 6'10", just a little bit too slow, and I'm not really feeling it. But he's fun, and he's got that little wacky hair, which can be cool sometimes. I don't know. Next up is the Pink Diamond Jaron Fox, the old Age of Heroes one. One that they absolutely hoed. I'm not gonna lie, they gave Jaron Fox just nowhere near as good of finishing as he should have had. They gave him the speed and all that, and it just wasn't it. He's like a PG Paul George that's just a little bit too iffy for my personal liking. He could be fun, but at this point, we're using other PGs. Let's be honest. Nobody's using Fox anymore. Next up is the wonderful, the beautiful bald head of Bruce Bowen, that 3-and-D specialist, and that's all you get out of him, not really finishing or anything else. But in saying that, he does that beautifully well. Jump shot 40 on a guard that actually feels super smooth and super nice, which is cool, and I still like him. I still run him from time to time. Next up is Ben Wallace, a card that I haven't really been impressed with ever since he came out. I saw some hype because he was a free card, people were having some fun with him, and you know, he was a decent power forward, but I don't know what it is, but just for me personally, I'm not really a fan. He's like a good slasher and a good defender, but that's really about it. Meh. Everybody else can kind of do that. Next up is the wonderful, the beautiful Andre Miller. You know, that guy that drops in 2K that you never really care about, but still keeps showing up for whatever reason? That's Andre Miller. He kind of just shows up in 2K every single year. Nobody asks for it. Nobody gets hype about it, but he's still there, and yeah, I mean, this card actually isn't bad. I think this is the best Andre Miller we've ever had in history. Not that that's really saying much, but I think it is true. He's cool, he's fun, whatever. He was a free card, whatever. Next up is the wonderful Pink Diamond Alex Caruso, a card that, again, I get a lot of flack for not liking, but I'm sticking true to my guns. true to my opinions and my disliking for his jumper, and that's really about it. Everything else about this Caruso card is a great card, which is why I have him in still decent. But if I was truly giving you my personal opinion and really telling you what I feel, I think this Alex Caruso is a dumpster fire that belongs down in the hard pass tier, because I view him and like Scary Terry the same way. I just don't feel like using him. I don't think they're good, and they're not for me. But I know some people can have some fun with him, and some people like him, so he's decent. So that finishes off our still decent tier, and we are starting off the wonderful, pretty damn solid tier, which has the likes of Trevor Ariza starting us off at that pink diamond. He is a beautiful little 6'8", I think, shooting guard, which is really nice. And just like Bruce Bowen is like the king of 3-and-D, just having it fun out there, and I always think it's pretty nice. I always have fun with like Trevor Ariza cards just because of their 3-and-D ability, and this one being able to play it too. It doesn't really get better than that. Next up is the wonderful, the dentist, Terry Dissinger. I don't know, I haven't said it in a while. But let me tell you, Terry is an absolute beaut, man. He's got the Rudy Gay jump shot base and is a wonderful 3-and-D guy. But if you actually check it out, he does still have quite a few gold badges that don't really excite me, which is a bit of a negative, but he's still a pretty decent card if we're being honest. Next up is the wonderful Shane Battier, who is just a better version of Bruce Bowen. Like he's, jump shot 40, can curry slide, and has that 3-and-D ability, just amazing defense, amazing shooting, but I think does it a little bit better and has some ability to do things outside of the just straight defense and shoot threes that make him a little bit better in my opinion. Next up is the wonderful, the beautiful pink diamond Scotty Pippin from the Enshrined set, who, let me tell you, is a slept-on demon. I think they gave this Scotty Hall of Fame range, and it is gorgeous. I've had a lot of fun with his Scotty. He does have jump shot 30 only on quick, which is actually the sole reason why I kept him out of the baby demon tier, because when it comes to just a pure, we'll call the lad DBGs saying the technical downgrade, I don't think it gets much better than Scotty Pippin, if I'm being honest, but you kind of need a little bit of a faster jumper to be anything out of pretty damn solid. But the defense and all that is real nice. Next up is the wonderful, tall phenom, pink diamond Rick Smits, who's a basically 7'4" Jimmy Butler, and it really doesn't get better than that. I mean, 7'4" Jimmy Butler. Like, come on, jump shot 22 is beautiful. He's tall, he gets rebounds, he plays defense, he does everything a big man should, except the shoot from range, if that's what you're looking for out of your center for whatever reason. Next up is Miles Turner, who again is missing that like cheesiness out of a center that maybe you're looking for, of a curvy slide, even just a pro 3 or something like that to have some fun with. Miles Turner is definitely missing that, but I do think he's fun. I think he's a nice card all around, just being able to shoot threes and play defense as a center, which I absolutely love. Next up are two cards that I kind of consider the same. It might be weird to you, but it's Miles Bridges and Mchale Bridges. I think out of Miles you get a little bit more dunking, and out of Mchale you get a little bit more, defense, a little bit more structure out there. But both of these cards, I think, are both really good small forwards. Bridges actually can play the 2, so maybe a little bit better. But in general, you're looking at nice jumpers, good defense, and with Miles, really damn good slashing. Let me tell you that, really good slashing. Next up is the Kawhi Leonard wannabe in the wonderful Malik Sealy, who's actually a pretty good card, if I'm being honest. Got that Ray Allen jump shot on quick, good defense. He's 6'8", a beautifully long, like 7'3" wingspan or something like that. At the 2 guard, which is great, and still one of the best budget shooting guards I think you could have in the game, which is always going to be awesome and always going to be fun. Next up is Kelly Oubre Jr., another card that I've got a little bit of flack for my takes on him, and again, I'm staying strong with it. I do not like Kelly Oubre's jumper. It's not one that I personally am rating, not one that I'm excited about, and not one that I want to use. But he does have some pretty nice qualities aside from that. Again, good defense and just all around pretty nice ability to just be a good card and be fun. And he was free, so I got to give him some love for that. Anytime it's a free card that's pretty good, you got to give it a little love. Next up is the wonderful Jalen Rose, who I again think is a pretty nice card. Meant to kind of be like a point forward traditionally in 2K games, which is always pretty nice with Jalen Rose. They did make him a shooting guard instead of a PG this year, which is a little bit upsetting if I'm being honest, but he's still fun, he's still nice, got a good jumper, and again, if you're looking to run your offense out of your shooting guard for whatever reason, I'm not here to judge, Jalen Rose is perfect at that. Next up is Pink Diamond Akimolajawan, one of the best budget centers you can kind of pick up in the game right now. Just does a little bit of everything at that center position, and even is a pretty good power forward. Can stroke the three a little bit, play a little bit of defense here and there. Just has a pretty tough jumper, and I think it's only on quick, which is a little bit rough. Starting off our baby demon tier is the demon himself, Alvin Adams, the Dion Waiters edible eating jump shot, which is absolutely gorgeous and a fun card in general. Like, he's nice and fun. I think he's good. He's got 70 Hall of Fame badges as a pink diamond, which, I mean, come on, that just sounds gorgeous. And he can curry slide a little bit. The only thing that I don't love about him, which is keeping him out of that demons tier, is the fact that his hot zones are horrid, man. Has no hot zones outside of the 3-point line, and that kills most of the momentum that you can have. But still, other than that, he's a really good card. Next up is the man, the myth, the legend, the DBG god, Pink Diamond Poku. 7-foot small forward that can do everything and is basically just he's a 7-foot Scotty Pippin. I mean, that sounds pretty damn good to me, at least. Next up is the wonderful point guard Zion Williamson, a card that never should have been a thing, but here it is, and I'm ranking it on a tier list. Pink Diamond Zion Williamson at that PG position is crazy. He's basically like a just dark matter Kobe. If you're looking for it, you got it. He's just a little bit thicker, I guess we'll say. As thick as a Snicker. Like, yeah, he's a chunky boy, and I think he actually can only curry slide on next gen, so beware of that. It may ruin a little bit of the effectiveness for you, but he was a free locker code card, and he's actually pretty solid, and he's got that Kobe jumper on quick, can curry slide, and just do a bunch of great things, and I absolutely love him. Plus, if you know about Zion cards, they are absolutely insane in the paint. He's got that, like, Zion badge, I guess we'll call it, where he just finishes crazy in the paint. Next up is the wonderful Pink Diamond Roku, who is a demon when it comes to 3&D, like one of the best cards in the game, I think, when it comes to just being a pure great shooter and awesome defender, and it doesn't get better than that with a nice jumper, I think in jump shot 63, which is absolutely amazing. Next up is the wonderful OG Anunoby, who is basically, again, a 3&D Killian Haze, which is pretty nice. Got that same jumper. I'm forgetting what it's called right now. It's just kind of falling off the top of my head. But still absolutely great. Got it on very quick and is a really fun card. Just go ahead and use. But I have a personal distaste for him because I don't have a single glitched market card. And seeing this card kind of mocks me and reminds me of those days. So I'm going to skip it. Next up is the wonderful Pink Diamond Magic Johnson, who I actually think is still one of the best Pink Diamonds we got in the game right now. Just his ability to kind of be that point guard at, and out of position. And he's one of the cards that I actually don't mind out of position because, like, if you know, you know. Magic actually did play center power forward a little bit. He did it in the finals when, Kareem got injured and things like that. And it makes a little bit of sense. So I'm not too mad at it. Plus, he doesn't have the greatest of jumpers, so it can kind of be excused. He's not, like, super overpowered, but he gives you some really nice, I guess, flexibility in your lineup when you have him at that power forward. Next up is the wonderful Pink Diamond Kyle Korver, who a lot of people absolutely love. They think he's like the next coming of Jesus, but in my opinion, he's just a white boy that can shoot and play a little bit of defense, which it's not Kyle Korver's game, but in 2K21, that's Kyle Korver's game. I personally just think that Korver jumper is a little bit too slow for me to absolutely love it and be excited about it, but he's still good, and he's still a nice 3&D option. You just got to pick your shots a little bit more carefully than maybe you think you would normally with cards. Next up is the wonderful Pink Diamond Karl Anthony Towns, a card that I know has a lot of hype because, I mean, it's Cat. Let's be honest. I know he's one of Ty Debo's favorite players. He's got a nice jumper, which is all around great, and he's just a real shifty, real clean guy, and I think you can have some fun with him, which is nice. And he plays that center position role, and I think out of all the guys who I had at center here, him having like Pro 3 and stuff like that makes him a little bit better than a Rick Smits and a Miles Turner. Next up is the wonderful Pink Diamond John Collins on the glitched market card, who I saw a lot of people giving some hate to, and I'm not really understanding it other than the fact that it's the glitch market. But I mean, John Collins is a 6'9" Kobe Bryant with the curry slide in the shifty dribble style, and he can curry slide on both gens. This card is absolutely insane, and if you don't think so, you really just haven't looked at it because he's actually kind of crazy. The other cards that have the Kobe Bryant base on very quick are Kobe, Buddy Hield, and Tyreek Evans, and they're all some of the best shooters in the game, and it's absolutely insane. Next up is a new Pink Diamond that we just got, I think, yesterday in Pink Diamond Joe Harris, who's actually a pretty cool card, if I'm being honest. I know not a lot of people get excited about Joe Harris cards because he's purely a shooter, but he's basically like a taller Drazen Petrovic, which is nice with the shifty and the curvy slide, and he's fun, he's cool, and can shoot from deep, which is nice. Just another white boy that can shoot like a Kyle Korver, which frankly is what really we're only good at. Next up is the wonderful Frank Ntilikina, nice 6'6", purely defensive PG, which is fairly nice. Got one of my lesser favorite jumpers in Jump Shot 4, but it's still pretty cool, it's still pretty nice, and overall it's not terrible. So, you know, is what it is. Next up is the wonderful Pink Diamond Harrison Barnes, who I've said a few times is actually a pretty underrated card and is a pretty nice one all around to have some fun with and to try out. I don't think you should go out of your way to drop all that, but like by all that I mean the tokens to get Harrison Barnes, but he's still nice. He's got a nice jumper, he is money, can curvy slide, and he's just all around a pretty nice card. It's run at the small forward and shows you how good he used to be. Because low-key, let's be honest, when's the last time you've heard Harrison Barnes' name on a highlight play? Probably been a while. My man's is dead in the water, is what it is. So starting off our Demons tier, we have a card that maybe I'm just overrating a little bit because I love him, and that is Big Diamond Jaron Jackson Jr. Just one of those all-around small or power forward centers that just does everything right. I love the jumper, and it's absolutely money. I literally just cannot miss with it. The defense is crazy. He has that just absolutely killer wingspan, which helps him do whatever the hell he wants, and he's just all around one of the best pink diamonds in the game, in my opinion, and I absolutely love demands. I love him. Use him whenever I can. Next up, might be a blasting mistake, but Pink Diamond Glitch DeAndre Jordan. Like, this is literally Dark Matter Wilt Chamberlain. I don't care what you say. These cards are virtually the same. They have the same effectiveness. They do the same things. They are absolutely, like, almost identical cards. The only thing that's different is that if DeAndre wasn't so tubby, he could curvy slide, which is pretty nice. I love him, man. And if you watch the gameplay, you know I was having a blast using this DJ card. It was real nice. Next up is the basically better Danilo Gallinari in Pink Diamond Boris Diaw. Has that Danilo Gallinari jumper, which is an absolutely easy to time, super money jumper that I know a lot of people absolutely love. And it's actually pretty good all around, if I'm being honest. And with Boris Diaw, you kind of get that all around ability to you just do literally everything. A jack of all trades, except this one is a master of all, which is real nice and real fun. Plus, that Danilo jumper is just so easy to time. Next up is a card that I really don't have to convince any of you guys. He's a demon in Pink Diamond Bol Bol. One of the best pink diamonds in the game. He's going to stay one of the best pink diamonds in the game. It's just how it is and how 2K set up right now, where Bol Bol every single year is going to get a glitchy card that's going to be crazy with that Brook Lopez base. It's just wild that he also has the best dribbling animations in the game. Next up is a card that recently got an update in Pink Diamond Ben Simmons. I'm no joke. I was looking through the auction house like an hour before he got his update. Almost picked one up and decided, nah, I'm not going to. I'll snag a Vlade Divac instead just to mess around with. And then they updated him, and he went from the 5K that I decided to not pick him up at to about 20K, which is crazy because they gave him the Ben Simmons jumper on very quick. They gave him the curry slide, the Pro 3 behind the back, and all that sort of stuff. And he basically is the Dark Matter Ben Simmons that can play small forward and center. And it's kind of wild, and it makes him basically one of the best pink diamonds, if not the best pink diamond in the game, because he's literally the Dark Matter just as a center position, which is crazy. Next up is Pink Diamond Serge Ibaka, who I think is the best budget pink diamond center that we have right now. Jump shot 26, I've told y'all, one of my favorite jumpers. It is so money, it is so nice, and as you would expect with a Serge Ibaka card, the athleticism is crazy, the dunking is crazy, and the defense goes hard as hell. Anything that you need your center power forward to do, Ibaka can do it, and he does it gorgeously, man. So pick up an Ibaka and try him out. And last but not least, into our Demons tier, as you guys know, probably my favorite card in the game at this current point in time, no matter the tier, Pink Diamond Nicholas Batoon. If you see me on these My Team streets, I can guarantee you I probably have the Batoon in my lineup, and I'm getting mixy with him, and I'm having fun with him. It's going to be great. I just love him, man. Jump shot 40 is a beautiful. He's a 6'9" point guard, basically, if you run him at that secondary position. And if I'm being honest, I think he's one of the best PGs in the entire game, and it's really... I don't even think up for debate. Batoon is one of the best point guards in the game, especially on next gen. He's just an absolute demon, and he definitely belongs to be in his demon tier. So let me know what you guys think about the list down in the comment section below. We got some wonderful news dropping. I think as you're seeing this, the blog post is actually up about 2K right now, so you can check out Season 8 and see what it's all about. We can get excited for tomorrow's content. So This is where I think all the pink diamonds stand right before the new drop. Probably get some great ones that'll move up into this, you know, at least pretty damn solid tier and above, which is going to be cool. Like the video if you did enjoy, and comment what you guys think. Again, up the list. Subscribe if you're new. We are on that road to 10K subscribers, and I think just recently hit 9.4, so thank you guys so much for that. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.